Hello students, welcome back to the online class. In this video, we are going to understand our next lesson 4.2, the storyteller. From the name, you might have understood that the lesson is about a story. What kind of story and who is the teller? Teller means one who tells the story. Here, a person is there and a railway compartment is there. In that railway compartment, whatever happens with the person, that becomes a story. So here a story in the story that we are going to understand. So we will understand in a very simple language with word to word description and every word's meaning. First of all, we will solve here the first activity. This you have to write here itself. You can write the answers. Understand what is this. Short stories are of many types. Stories are of many types. Match the type of story in column A with its description in column B. Story type and description is there. Anecdote. Anecdote means what? C. Short amusing account of an incident. Account of an incident means something happened and it's amusing account, amusing collection that you tell to someone. Second one, fable. Fable means moral bearing story with animal characters. In fable, most of the animal characters are there, such as our Mowgli. In Mowgli, or what we call it, the Jungle Book. In that, the animal characters are there means they talk. Thereafter, parable. Parable means this G having religious base and a message or moral. Thereafter, four, its answer is J. Originated in ancient times. Authorship unknown. Myth. Myth are the stories which originate in ancient times, but their authorship is unknown. Fifth, legend. Legend is about having historical base characters but may not be true. This legend having historical base. Thereafter, six, fairy tale. You know what is this? Having supernatural characters, a moral for children. Thereafter, tragic tale, serious and ends in a tragedy. Thereafter, fiction. Eight, its answer is B, untrue but realistic, which is untrue but which seems realistic. That is fiction. Ninth one, farce. Farce, its answer is H, exaggerated comedy. Exaggerated comedy means exaggerated means which is extended, which is increased by addition, by adding something, exaggerated. Now, 10th one, satire. Satire means here D, where voices and folly are ridiculed. Voices and folly means what? Voices means voices of people. Vices. Sorry, here vices is there. Vices means the bad habits or bad activities of people, and folly means the mistakes of people. So here the people who are sometimes who do the bad activities for others, who are mischievous, so such activities are vices. So such activities and folly means the mistakes which people do in day to day life. These are ridiculed means placed in a humorous way, comical way. This is how our this type was. Now after that we are going to understand the actual text of the lesson, the storyteller. It was a hot afternoon and the railway carriage was correspondingly sultry. Sultry means what? Sultry means that is that which is hot and uneasy. Sultry is that which is hot and uncomfortable. And the next stop was at Templecombe. Templecombe is a village in England. Nearly an hour ahead. 1 hour was there to them. The occupants of the carriage were a small girl. See, who are the occupants? A small girl and a smaller girl means smaller than that girl. and thereafter, and a small boy. A boy is there. Their aunt occupied one corner seat, and the further corner seat on the opposite side was occupied by a bachelor who was a stranger to their party. The bachelor was stranger means unknown person for them, but bachelor means a person who is unmarried. So this person was unmarried and he was stranger means unknown to them, to that family. But the small girls and the small boy emphatically occupied the compartment. Emphatically means what? Forcefully, with pressure. They occupied the compartment. Both the aunt and the children were were conversational in a limited, persistent way. Conversational means they were talking, but in a limited way, and persistent way means constant way, reminding one of the attentions of a housefly that refuses to be discouraged. Now here housefly, you see, if housefly comes in the house and if it sits on a sweet dish, again and again you make it run away, you make it fly away, but it doesn't go, it refuses and it sits there only. So this way they were looking because they were persistent. They were constantly doing the same thing and they were very silent at the beginning. And these children, they were doing something in a limited way. They were talking but in a limited way. So what they were talking, that we are going to understand. Now, reminding one of the attentions of a housefly that refuses to be discouraged. Most of the aunt's remarks seemed to begin with don't, and nearly all of the children's remarks begin with why. Here, children are doing the mischief, and aunt is saying to them, don't do this, don't do that. And the children are asking her why we should not do, why we should not play here, why we should not jump, these things, why we should not look out of the window, such questions. So these are the things which are repeating like a housefly. Means if a housefly sits, we make it fly away, but it again sits. So this thing was happening. The bachelor said nothing out loud. The bachelor was sitting silently in their compartment. Means that boy, that person, don't, Cyril, don't, exclaimed the aunt as the small boy began smacking the cushions of the seat. He was smacking the cushions means he was beating the cushions with the hand of the seat and producing a cloud of dust at each blow. Means if a seat which is made up from the sponge is there and if you beat it with your hand, what will happen, that all dust saturated in the sponge in the seat will will come out in the air, it will create a cloud. So this thing was happening there because the children, especially the boy Cyril, he was beating the seat. Now come and look out of the window, she added. She added means aunt said to Cyril, you don't beat the seat and come out. Come here and look out the window. What is happening outside? The child moved reluctantly. Reluctantly means what? Unwillingly. Unwillingly means his will was not there to move. Then he moved to the window. Why are those sheep being driven out of that field? He asked. Now, the the shepherd might have taken the sheep out of the field where they were grazing, but here the boy is asking why the man means why the sheep are being driven out. This is a passive sentence, means sheep themselves were not going, they were making out, they were being made out. So the man was making them out. Someone was making them out of the field, taking them out of the field. So here the sentence, the boy is asking to auntie. Now what auntie replies, I expect they are being driven to another field where there is more grass, said the aunt weakly. Weakly means weakness was there in her voice, not very strong, because she was not confident. Now, what is happening here? She replied that I expect, means she is expecting, means she is not sure. They are being driven to another field where there is more grass. And here what happens, actually there is grass in this field already. So if this case is there, grass is there, the boy will naturally ask to auntie, if grass is there, then why is taking them to another grass field? So same thing happened, but there is lots of grass in that field. Protested the boy. Protested means what? He made the objection. The boy, there is nothing else but grass there. He's saying that nothing else, no other things are there. Water is not there. Dust is not there. Stones are not there in that field. But grass is there. Then also why the man is taking the sheep outside. Now, aunt, there is aunt, there is lots of grass in that field. Now, perhaps the grass in the other field is better, suggested the aunt fatuously. Here, fatuously means what? Foolishly. The aunt suggested, this was a suggestion of auntie, that in the perhaps that grass in the other field is better, means more good than the grass which is present in the first field. Why is it better? Came the swift, inevitable question. Like small children. How small children ask us the question very swiftly, means very slowly it came. And inevitable question. Inevitable means which you cannot avoid. Swift means a quick question, but in a low voice. So that boy asked quickly, why is it better, why the grass is better here in the other field? So it is a natural question because grass is grass everywhere. So the curiosity is there in children, why that grass is better and why this is not better. So the same question the boy asked. Oh, look at those cows, exclaimed the aunt. Now what aunt is doing, aunt is trying to distract the boy from his question or interrogation about the sheep and the field of grass. Now she is pointing out him towards the those cows. Cows are also there. Means he should avoid asking those questions, and he should sit silently without asking any question and without doing any mischief. Exclaimed the aunt. Nearly every field along the line had contained cows or bullocks, but she spoke as though she were drawing attention to a rarity. To a rarity means a place or a thing which is rare than others, which is not like others, which is different thing. So as if she is pointing out towards a very different thing, like that she was pointing out, but actually it was not different. Everywhere the cows were there, wherever where she was pointing out. So this is how our today's first page was, today's video was. And in this some difficult words are explained. If you have any doubts you can ask. So take care. Thank you so much.